I'm Darwin Wolf, professional sculptor here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's funny, my first connection to art was coloring books. My lifelong dream was to be a painter. I got to college and took my first sculpture class, and all of my painting ideas dried up. Like a lot of people, once I left home for college, I left church behind as well. When I began to see the sculptures of the great masters, especially Michelangelo, they were so lifelike that it was said that people could walk up and you'd swear if you pushed on them they would give, bringing stone to life. That ability alone to do something like that, I believed, had to have come from God. At that moment, studying the Renaissance and seeing my great masters, their works and their motivation and their devotion while they were sculpting, forced me to have my two worlds kind of clash, and the Renaissance drove me back to church. And that's when my true appreciation for what my work could be and for what my faith could be mingled at that point, and I have not been able to separate my faith journey from my sculpting. I was asked by Sanford hospitals here in town to come to their cancer center and sculpt with patients. I have sat down with the patients just as the nurse was finishing up with vitals, and I'd sculpt and I'd hand the patient a piece of clay and I'd keep sculpting and they'd start messing with it. It's just so relaxing to mess with that clay, and pretty soon they see what I'm doing and then they start mimicking what I'm doing, and I've got them distracted from all the things that have kind of kept them bound. So we're finished and I get the rows all done, and the nurse comes back and takes vitals, and they're darn near normalized. It's amazing how there are things that have carried through from even before my career through what I'm doing today. My first commission that got me into sculpting, I was told by the sisters of Avera Health. They wanted a big 10-foot icon. And they said, we do not want any overtly Catholic iconography with this, because this is for all of our employees and all of our patients who may not be Catholic. And I said, okay, I'll do that. And I couldn't stay away from it. I could not stay away from putting a Catholic symbol. And sure enough, in a sister's hand is a rosary. About 1984, I cast these rosaries for the first time, and I'm still casting them. And so the rosary is carried on. The other sculpture that got me my first major commission and made me quit my day job, St. Therese, the little flower. And my wife and I were talking about this whole process, what's been going on. And she said, isn't it amazing? You're doing roses at Sanford, and your first commission that got you rolling in your career was St. Therese. So these things just keep carrying through. And if that's not providence, I just don't know what it is. And so even though it's been a walk in the desert, there are things that keep coming at me that make me, they energize me and they strengthen my ability to keep going. Even when I don't feel it, I'm not sure what I believe, I'm struggling in my faith, I look around me and it's undeniable.